going on, everybody? Hey, so I wanted to answer a question someone asked me, and it was about what we do with expired material or damaged material. And so I wanted to go ahead and answer that. So as far as like expired material, we don't have a whole lot around here that gets expired. We don't keep enough in stock for too long, but there have been situations in the past where some of the mud, you know, we get like a bad batch in, or we get transferred material that was from an old truck and that ended up getting expired. Sometimes what we end up having to do with that, like with these two orange skids that you see that say return on them, those ended up being like a bad batch of mud that we got, and so we ended up having to hold on to it because we got to get run codes off the boxes, and the company that makes the mud wants to know what the run codes are, so that way they can make sure that other branches didn't get bad batches of mud. So that's what we do with like expired mud. Sometimes if we end up having to, we can if it's not like moldy, we'll have like some sales, and we'll set a skid out here by the customer service door, and you know, we'll say it's either free mud or, you know, at a discount you can get it for, you know, half off or something, and people can buy that. And as far as the drywall goes, if we get like damaged drywall, or we got to go pick up drywall that, you know, has been returned, if it's in sellable condition, we'll put it back into stock. What happens here is if it gets written off as damaged board, we get a decent sized pile here and ship it off on one of our boom trucks to the dump and end up throwing it away. Or sometimes customers come in and they want to purchase some damaged drywall, you know, say they only need like a 2 foot by 2 foot piece. And we're like, okay, well, let me go over the scrap pile, and you know, they can find what they need in here and get it at a pretty heavy discount. But aside from that, the drywall doesn't really expire. It does get old. We've had run codes on some of this drywall that are like 3 or 4 years old. You know, this stuff back here and like right along the wall. You know, if we can't rotate that material because of how much stock they want to keep in this warehouse, it kind of makes it difficult to get access to the backside stuff. Especially with just two of us here, trying to rotate material is kind of a pain. You know, I do it as much as I can. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what we do with expired and damaged material. Hope that answers the question. Catch you guys on the flip side.